Yeah, you filming this?
Yeah.
It's funny how like kids don't really see this behind the scenes thing, but it's funny because you can talk and then a motorbike can go past and it can be like probably more than 2 miles away and it can ruin the whole clip and then you've got to start again.
No introduction, and all this go on for Harrymainia from Liverpool, England. Get down for Harrymainia! All right, back to Harrymainia.
I think sometimes in some contests you put that much pressure on yourself, like you're not actually going to compete against all the other riders that are there, you're competing against yourself, and that's usually when you can't put it together. Rebel Jam was a funny one for me though. I was riding, I'd say, the best I've ever ridden. In my life, I felt the most confident that I've ever ridden before Rebel Jam. I got through qualifying, wasn't really that into it or whatever. I made it through to finals. In finals, I was like, right, this is it. 20 1080s yesterday, I'm gonna raw dog a 1080 right now. Dropped in, second trick, 1080 at the box, and because I've been doing too many cork 7s over boxes, I took off and I was upside down. I was like, oh well, this is it. And that's it. That's all it takes in a contest. A contest can either be, first trick goes absolutely amazing, you play it safe, it works, or you go mental. You drop in and you go mental, and if it works in your favour, it works. If it doesn't work, you threw the whole thing away. When you do drop in a contest, you know, everybody's there, everyone's waiting to see what your first trick is, and they're like, all right, so dropping in next, you go Harrymainia, and then you're like, oh dear, this is it, this is the one, this is the time to shine. So I start there, I'll go bunny hop flare in. If I pull that, I know I'm on. So if I pull the bunny hop flare, that's my first bunny out the way. I'm like, right, bunny hop flare's pulled, pedal at the box. I remember in simple session, I went 360 dub whip to bar, second trick after a bunny hop flare, and I just heard Daryl now, oh my God, Harrymainia is going on right now. And straight away that related to me thinking, all right, cool, everyone wants to see Harrymainia in one run. I feel this constant tidal wave of adrenaline just behind me. Like, when you finished your run, you look up, you can't even see straight because there's stars on your eyes, because you just think, like, you can just see like patches and glitches and everyone's like, and you're like, this is sick. I think now I've become much more a competitive person. If I don't get top 3 or even sometimes top 3, I'm like, this isn't good enough. They kind of frustrate me as much as I enjoy them. Like, I know what people expect. People watch Harrymainia and people think, he's got 1 minute to do the whole of Harrymainia, and if he doesn't, I don't like him anymore. When I was a kid, it was all about what jam was at the weekend, and if there was a jam coming up in a month, I thought, oh my God, my local skate park, how many sick, crazy riders are going to come to the local skate park? So with me and every other pro rider right now on, you know, in the spotlight, they have to support the local jams. You have to get there. You have to show kids what it's about, and what we know of BMX. You've got to guide the next generation in the right directions and keeping BMX alive in your community. You've got to do that for the scene. You've got to give the kid that knuckles that he needs, and everyone's happy. In the relation to making an industry site, when a web edit drops, it does drop like a similar buzz, like the vibe that you get from everybody. You know, there's a bunch of kids watching it on their iPhones, on their Macs, on their iPads or whatever. You know, if I put something out and it gets 600k in 2 weeks, like the last one, it makes me want to be like, I'm gonna go mental. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do more bangers. I'm gonna do more locations. You know that you give people motivation, and that's what drives me every single time. Like, every single time I'm gonna top what I've done before. That's because I know how much people enjoy it. Ditch Diaries number 2. Let's have Diaries. If something can be better, if there's room for progression, you've got to do it. BMX is held in our hands right now, in everybody's hands. It is what you make it, and for me making BMX what I want it to be is progression. I just want to progress to the point where when I'm done with BMX, I'm just a bag of bones, but I know upped it, and I'm happy.